Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hello, hi, I am Rhiannon, lovely to meet you. Today we are going to be talking about energy. Now what exactly do I mean by investing our energy wisely? Well, I will come onto that in a hot sec. However, first of all I want to talk about where this idea stems from and why I'm talking about it basically. I haven't done a chit chat sort of video for a while, so grab your cuppa. I've got mine right here. Let's get started. So recently I have been having several conversations with someone about a person that they are seeing. I don't think they're really seeing each other anymore. They were seeing each other. They didn't really establish what their relationship was necessarily. But the thing that I picked out from all of this was the profound effect that it was having on the person I was speaking to, and the fact that the person they were seeing had such a big impact on them and how they were feeling and just their whole vibe. It started off really positive, and then through a chain of events they ended up feeling more negative than positive about the whole situation. And I was kind of thinking, well, in the grand scheme of things, is this really worth it? Drinking game, take a shot every time I say energy in this video. When we talk about investing our energy, we talk about investing our time, our efforts, our priorities are focused on particular things or particular people. So I sort of want to divide this video into two parts, talking about people and talking about things, not necessarily material things, although it could be that, but more like our careers, events, things other than relationships basically, other than people. It goes without saying, people are such a huge part of our lives, you know. We are sociable creatures, we're not meant to live in isolation really. Our friends, our family, people we meet, celebrities, people that we talk to online that we've never met, just people in general are very, very influential and can end up helping to shape our character essentially. This is all pretty straightforward and self-explanatory stuff, but I just wanted to reiterate that fact, because if people have such a huge impact on the way we are, they are inevitably going to have an influence on the decisions we make and yeah, what we do, which is obviously pretty significant. Therefore, it is really important to take into consideration who we are surrounding ourselves with and how other people are making us feel, how we feel when we're with them, what sort of influence they are having in us making certain decisions, whether it is positive or negative. And don't get me wrong, nothing is ever 100% positive or 100% negative, but I think you do have to make judgments sometimes as to whether someone is really being a good influence in your life as a whole, whether they are really benefiting you. Not that people are meant to exist in our lives solely to benefit us. It needs to be a two-way street. All relationships are made up of two people. They are not meant to be one-sided. However, they do serve a purpose, and you have to think about what that purpose is, I suppose. I think first of all it's really important to give people a chance. That is crucial. Everyone deserves a chance, and everyone deserves a second chance, in my opinion. I think when you meet someone, all of us do it, we judge people straight away, but I think it's really important to just hear what they have to say, talk to them, communicate with them, see what they're about, and it may take several meetings for you to form an idea of what that person is like. So yeah, it's always important to give someone a chance. Even if they come across as the most bigoted, horrible person, everyone has the right to share their opinion and to have a voice and to be listened to at the end of the day, at least once. So giving people chances, giving yourself a chance to think about a relationship rationally, so not doing anything too spontaneously, not cutting someone out spontaneously. I think especially if it's a person that has been in your life for a very long time, it's really important to take into account a lot of factors, think about it with a fresh perspective over the course of a few days, not to make any rash decisions basically. Relationships are very complicated things, but I think that what you need to think about is how you are feeling when you are with someone and if they are making you better as a person. You're investing all this energy into a person. Is it being reciprocated? Are they doing the same for you? Like I said, a relationship is a two-way street. You need to be getting something out of it as well. It's not meant to be a selfish thing. You're meant to nurture each other. You're meant to grow together. There are so many different types of relationships, but the thing that holds people together is whether or not they are nurturing each other. If you find yourself making constant excuses for a person, or feeling paranoid, or you're letting them get to your head and you're letting them affect your day-to-day life in a bad way, then something is going on. And you need to address it, because how long are you going to keep letting that happen, and is it worth it? Relationships take time, effort, and communication. Communication is so key. I feel like if people don't communicate enough, then dumb things just start happening. Dumb things that don't need to happen. Dumb things that can be solved so easily if people were to just say how they felt. And I know that's not easy all of the time, but it's definitely worth it in the long run, because you save a lot of heartache, a lot of misunderstandings. You waste a lot less time. It's an investment. It's an investment of your energy. No one has any right to make you feel like a piece of shit. No one. You're not answerable to anyone. Except Jesus. For real though, we are all born the same and we all die the same, so no one can tell you anything. No one can say they're better than you, or that they have more rights than you, or anything like that, any bull crap like that, because we are all the same. So if anyone makes you feel that way, then duck out. I think you'd learn as you get older, because when you're younger, you have, say, friendships of convenience, you know, when you're at school or whatever. When you get older, you have less time, and the little time that you do have, you want to spend with people that actually make you feel good and that actually nurture you. So you have to be selective, and you have to listen to yourself as well, because other people can give you advice about what to do if you're having an issue with someone or you're in a situation or whatever, but only you can know what the right thing to do is, what you'll feel comfortable with. It's good to listen to other people and to get a second opinion, don't get me wrong. It's very, very good, and you should definitely do that. However, the ultimate decision lies within yourself, and therefore you have to kind of get comfortable with trusting in yourself and trusting in your gut instinct. I am a firm believer that your gut instinct is basically everything. Oh my gosh. You have to listen to that. You have to listen to it, because there's nothing else that you can trust apart from your own gut instinct. Like, what can be more reliable than that, than tuning into your own feelings? Whether you like it or not, you're going to feel stuff, and you're not going to be able to do anything about it, and that's just life. That's just being a human. So, you know, you have to get comfortable with what's going on inside. This sounds so moist. And it's not easy. It's definitely not easy. Like I said, these things sort of happen as you get older. Things get a bit more complicated. You also start thinking about the long term as well. And you also know that life, okay, is short, but it also feels pretty long. I don't know about you, but I just see this long stretch of rope in the distance, and it's seemingly never ending. I mean, I know it's going to come to an end at one point. Why is this so deep? You know that more people are going to enter and some people may exit. So that's also a good thing to hold on to. The fact that people just come and go, and that's quite exciting. I mean, it can also be sad, but it's just reality. A note on communication. Sorry, I'm aware that this video is a bit all over the place, but I'm just saying things as they come to my head and saying things that I've been thinking about recently. As I mentioned already, communication, very, very important. And I think in this day and age, the game has certainly changed because of technology and the use of social media. This could be another video in itself. I have even done a video on social media already. But the way that it affects relationships is so interesting, because I feel like now there are so many more layers. It's like there's this world, and then there's a parallel universe where your relationships also lie, and you transcend both of these worlds. Stay with me. Everything suddenly gets more complicated. Suddenly we're messaging people, we're communicating in ways we never thought we'd be communicating, i.e. tagging each other in memes. We get so hung up on whether someone has replied to us, how long they take to reply to us, have they read our message, have they been airing our message and been active on other social media platforms. That drives people crazy. And it's like, we're just insane. We're just driven to the point of insanity because of this new way of communicating and lack of communicating, perhaps. It's ridiculous. It shouldn't affect us, but it does. Whether we like it or not though, that is now a reality in our world. We can't escape technology. We can't escape the fact that people message each other. It is happening, and either we use it or we don't, and then we're just kind of left behind. I don't know about you, but I feel like people that don't own phones or are trying to just avoid technology completely, I'm sorry, but get with the times, hun. You're gonna get left behind. Anyway, tangent! This is how we communicate now, and I think now more than ever it can be quite important to be honest about stuff, because when you're messaging someone you don't know the full story, and you don't know how you're gonna make someone feel. So I guess in one sense, like, why should you have to explain yourself and blah blah blah? But on the other hand, I don't know, I think it's just good to be like clear about stuff. And also, if you're leaving someone on red for like 2-3 weeks, just fix up, please. That's rude. I'm sorry, but it's rude. We all make mistakes. If you've done it once or twice, then whatever. But there's people that do it all the time, and that's not nice. I'm sorry. So, are you investing your energy wisely into relationships and into people? These are just some things to think about, some things for you guys to mull over. In terms of other stuff, I want to repeat the fact that, again, it's all down to your gut instinct. Whether or not you want to do something relies heavily on listening to your gut instincts. How are you spending your time? What are you investing your time into? We are only given a certain amount of hours in a week. How much of that time are you spent doing productive stuff? How much of that time are you spending seeing people? How much of it are you spending working? How much of it are you spending helping people, helping the community? How much of that time are you spending on yourself? Time is of the essence. I think it's good to get a balance. I mean, after all, too much of a good thing is never a good thing. But again, just pay attention to how everything makes you feel. I'm all about the feels. I'm like Drake. You're really not. How does something make you feel? Is this career path the path you want to go down? Weigh up the pros and cons, but ultimately, how do you feel? How do you feel? It's rare that things are black and white, so that's why it's good to sort of weigh up the options, you know? To think about it in somewhat a logical way, but also, again, pay attention to your feelings. Because you can just waste so much time doing something or being in situations that you don't want to be in, and it's just like, why? We also only have so much energy, as in physical energy and mental energy. We only have so much of ourselves to give, so there is a limit. We're not superhuman. We're not capable of doing every single thing in the world. Therefore, we have to think about what we actually can do and what we actually want to do. What is in our power to do as well. And people may have all sorts of opinions about how one should live one's life, but I just think that if you're gonna live, you might as well do it with enthusiasm and live fully. I believe you should do everything with enthusiasm, because otherwise there's not much point doing it. And I think ultimately reassessing how you are investing your energy will make you a lot more, I don't want to say happier, because I don't know how I feel about that word, but it will be more beneficial, and you will see better repercussions because of it. You will see better things happening in your life and in yourself. Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything that I wanted to say. I'm sure I'll think of stuff after this video is over, and I'll probably wish that I would have included it in the video, but can't do much about that. Like I said, this would be quite a good discussion to have with you guys, so if you want to add stuff or present stuff for me to grapple with, then do so. I am more than happy to do that. I like talking about this stuff. I just like talking about shit. Communication! And my tea is now finished, which is my cue to end this video. So guys, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you are able to take something away from this and mull over it. Mull it over. Mull. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And I will see you all very soon in the next video. Bye!